We have Danny Holdsworth with us from the Conservation Office. Good morning, Danny.
That's the original. That's
one
the back
lead back.
thing. That just that back piece. You're welcome. I don't know if you want one of those. I meant to mail these out, but we got kind of busy. I'm Danny Holdsworth. I'm the district manager at the Conservation District there, the USDA Service Center. In our office, we have FSA, which is Farm Service Agency, and then on my side, we have NRCS, and then also the Conservation District. My position is paid by half the state, half the county. So each year I have to come in and prepare this budget for you, and what happens is whatever money that the commissioners allocate for us, the state of Kansas, the Kansas Department of Agriculture matches it to a certain point. So last year we got, if you look on this budget sheet here, last year we got $23,050 from Cheyenne County, and the state of Kansas matched that, prorated it out to $19,756.45. So they don't match it 100% because based on the money that they get from the state legislature, then they have to prorate it across all the counties in Kansas. If you look there, that 2018 column, that is the actual amounts of what the district spent last year. And then the 2019, and then also the proposed is pretty much carbon copy of each other because I really don't see any big expenses happening the rest of the year versus next year as well. So if you guys have any questions on that, just holler. And then this little thing, I make this every year. It just kind of explains what, and we got new printers, so I apologize. They're kind of wonky.
If you pick it up right.
If you pick it up right, yeah, exactly. But a lot of the things that the district does is we hold our annual tree sale each April. Anybody from the county can come and order trees from us. We sell about $50,000 of trees each year, so it's a whole week-long process. On my board sit 5 Cheyenne County producers. They have to be at least 18 years of age and live in the county. And I have Chris Hinks, Roger Orth, Spencer Schlepp, Dylan Lloyd, and Craig Bussey. So we at least try to have Dylan and Craig kind of represent Bird City area, and then the 3 represent St. Francis area.
Craig yesterday.
He's a really good board member. I'm so glad we got Craig. Yeah, very lucky we found Craig. What we do also at the district is we hold a lot of educational events for kids. Each April we do a kids conservation roundup. There's we had 400 4th grade students from the entire area meet in Colby, and we host this all-day event. We also do the 5th and 6th grade conservation tour for kids. We have an annual meeting in the spring or early in the year, and then we also do a spot check tour. Terry's been on that before with us, where we go and look at all the projects that we've cost shared on over the past 10 years. So, and then in my office, I have Cale Reiger and Bernadette Lungsford working in there as well, and those 2 are federal. And then so I'm federal, state, and county.
3 hats.
3 hats, exactly right.
You got more paperwork and guidance than you'll ever.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yep. So that's all I have for today, unless you guys have any questions for me.
I don't think so, Danny. Looks like you've kept your budget at the same, which really looks good to us.
The guys are pretty conservative when it comes to spending, so they don't want to push it too much.
The sticky notes.
Sounds good. That'll work.
Okay.
All right, well.
We're actually going to work on the budget Monday,
Well,
so
okay.
Sounds
good.
We'll have more for you shortly, we hope.
That'll work. All right, thanks, guys.
Okay,
Appreciate
thanks,
it. Have a good day.
She usually has to call me every year. You just said that too.
I did do that conservation tour once. It's pretty fun. I mean, they just take you around and see the different projects around the county. It's a fun day. I learned a lot.
Oh boy, we're gonna have a family reunion next week.
I saw that in the paper.
Wow. So this budget thing wasn't good.
It never is. It doesn't matter when we do it.
Well, they're starting to come in on that day, and I'm supposed to be helping them, but they'll find somebody else.
Yeah, here's a good excuse to just relax. Good morning, Amanda.
I'm just here to request to go to three different trainings, I guess. That first one, they're trying to get together on commercial property, since we don't have a lot of sales on commercial properties, doing a Northwest Kansas kind of regional study. It's in Great Bend, I think, the 9th and 10th of July. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Does your assistant attend these two, or some of them, or none?
usually on these, I'm just requesting for myself. If it's something that Doug works on or would be beneficial, I would send him to a training or class. That's okay.
So you got one in Great Bend and
That one,
one in Dodge and one in Ellis.
yeah, and hey, so this one is a workshop. They actually help the county set the first one is land, so they will go in and actually help us with our information to set land values. The problem with that, I leave the next day after that for Minnesota for a family vacation, so after I saw the date, I'm like, I don't know that I'll make that one, but if you approve it and I end up
Yeah, you can
canceling
make
it.
your decision.
And then that one is, again, a workshop, and that's on the market modeling. So the market modeling is setting the model for our sales comparison, which would be how we value residential properties. So they actually take our information, help us set our model. So
What date's the Hazel one?
the Hayes one is the 23rd and 24th of July. Yeah,
And the next one, where's it at?
it's in October.
October 1 and 2, Dodge City. I think it's important you keep up. We want to take advantage of every opportunity we get.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know that there's opportunity there.
Yeah. Like I said, these two, the state helps us with our information,
Yeah.
and that one I think would be beneficial because commercial properties we have nothing. So if I'm glad that the counties are looking at trying to get. I know there's a lot of Casey's and those kind of things that we don't have, but downtown Rose and Dollar General we have that. If there's a regional study for Northwest Kansas, that you can compare notes as far as how you have them classified, how you have them, physical,
It's easy
functional,
to make the
yeah.
comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing within
Yeah.
Cheyenne County to compare it to. So if you're
Right.
saying, well, in Northwest Kansas, we're apples to apples, then I think
makes
it's,
sense.
yeah. How are you, Leslie?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Haven't gotten the letter in the mail yet. Not sitting on pins and needles, but haven't heard anything. Yeah.
Okay, I see no problem with going and
Okay.
setting the dates, and does everybody agree with that?
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it's
guys.
important to us, and we need to keep on top of it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thanks, man.
Mhm.
Good day.
Yes, you do.
Have a good vacation.
Yeah.
The logistics and equipment on.
I assume you approved them?
Yes.
Did you motion or just?
No, just
Okay.
give her rural improvement.
Dave's gonna come over and do his other stuff
Ours, a little more.
before Clint
Clint.
gets here. So
Second grader, third grader.
Anyway, he was up running the cash register. I went up there and told him what I had, and he put it all in the computer. Said I owed him $6 and some cents, and I give him a $20 bill. He got the change and counted it back to me.
Morning, Dave.
That is wonderful.
And I said, here's $1 for you. And I said, here's $1 for you for doing such a good job. He was exact on his change too. He just counted out the change plus the dollars.
It's becoming a rough start.
What are you doing here so early?
Because he called me in.
Oh, okay.
On that First National Bank trust deposit, that's for the landfill closure cost, financial assurance agreement on that. Goes down a little. I was hoping it'd go down a little more than that, but anyway.
How much we have in there?
I can't tell you right now.
Much.
It's quite a little, yeah. But they really increased it, last year was when they took the big hike because they did a different formula factoring on that, so.
So now when we fill up this last hole, can we buy land to the south?
It's hard telling at that point. But I don't think you or I have to worry about it.
I don't think I will.
Or me.
Thank you.
We're just operating it so much more efficient, and then we're doing this vertical expansion. So we got a lot more years there. So yeah.
Good.
And then I got an email yesterday from Gerald. They come out and stake the pit that Carper dug, and I didn't have my yardage. I'm thinking it was 32,000 yards. We was expecting more than that, but he come in just a little further than what we wanted, and it wasn't shaved or anything like that. So that therefore it's a lot less yards. But our total on that's going to be 43,653. So we got to get together on that one. So. Had very few bills this time. One thing on Foley, we did have one grader that had some transmission repair, and it wound up taking an ECM unit, a computer module in order to correct it, and that module itself was $2,300. So that's the reason a lot of that was pricey there. Of course, we've been busy blading this month. We did get called to go to the airport. They was putting in this water line. They got about even with Devon's hangar, and then they hit some rock and could not get through it, so we had to bring in our excavator and get through that. So.
And you were able to do that?
Yeah, we got through it all right. And then also that next week we wound up. Of course, then when he got done with that, we had opened up some terraces, the old terrace lines up there, so we laid them back. And then that one useless terrace that was east of Devon's hangar, we wound up leveling that all back. And Doug did an excellent job on that one. We dug for survey stones, did not find any. they come back and they want to do 3 more, so I got some locates in on that one, so. Somewhere he said it's not tying together, so. We did some asphalt patching, you know, we were scheduled to do the crack seal, not the crack seal, the chip seal. And we was going to be the only one that week. We wasn't really ready, so we're rescheduled for August 7th. So.
And that's where, at the airport?
No, this is for my South River Road. Yeah. And Keller Pond and Lorraine Street. We wound up hauling dirt at the fairgrounds, and I guess we don't have enough. We're going to have to haul some more on that to do that project for that tie-out building. So.
She does that budget. Just hands out.
Like on earthwork, like up there at the fairground, or at the airport, is that just kind of on us? Or is
I
that-
don't know how to view that. I mean, rightfully, they should be paying us, but as an instance, the contractor was supposed to have it done, but he didn't, he had a backhoe and it wouldn't get through it. Well, the time, if that had been over and above expense, if he was to have, excavator brought in, so it was a county project and we just wanted to get it done, we just did it, so.
Well, if you look at it in
That
NASA,
water main was not a county project, that was their project.
Correct, but it was on county property, and so,
it's still, we wind up cheaper anyway in the long run, because if the contractor would have had to stop and find somebody to do that work, that would have just added tremendously to the cost and the time, probably.
yeah. So that's the reason I made the decision to go ahead and do it, so.
And on this one, you would charge Bird City for the labor or what?
Okay, we got 2 different things here.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
getting ahead of you.
I don't, you guys had time to read the letter yet?
I'm about halfway through.
Okay, go ahead and read it.
Dave, which one's the Bressler building?
What is the Bressler building?
Yeah, is it the,
It's the building at the main stop,
okay, it's that old gas station,
correct.
the white, okay. That's what I
To
thought, but I wanted to
the
make sure.
southwest corner,
Yeah.
southeast corner of that
Southeast corner.
intersection.
Right, right.
So they're just really saying, if the need arises.
Yeah, they're not sure Roy has the big enough equipment to get this all
So
done,
they're
and then
just trying to-
Century 2 would,
They're just trying to cover
their bases.
possibilities of,
I spoke with Jill a little about it yesterday, and that's what they're looking at, because they need, I guess, bigger equipment to dig that than Roy's got, the whole.
I assume so. And whether they want to take the concrete to the landfill, I think that's still a question, be recyclable, be quite a little there, I think. And then, see, the other thing is, there's this other building that they're going to be tearing down, 316 Burr Street or something. It's an old private house. Supposedly, they have a bid from Shahoy, if that's what they accept. But he would also be taking it out to this landfill, the Bird City landfill, as well. So they're requesting us do the pit digging. And I assume we'll have to probably leave the dozer to pack it as we go, so.
and you're all right with that?
Well, we did it out here, so,
Yeah,
yeah. I think that's only fair.
I do too.
Do you know how long it's going to take him to do it? Has he?
No. Take Roy to do it? No, I don't know. He'll be careful with it. He'll kind of sort a lot of stuff out, but he'll put in longer hours. But anyway,
Yeah, I agree with Dave. We made a special agreement with St. Francis for the old hotel. I think we extended to Bird City.
We've done it for Bird City before.
Yeah,
okay. And then if they need our assistance and we have time, we'll help them with that, and then they'll reimburse us.
right.
Okay.
Is that
On the hall.
On the hall.
all right with you guys?
That's fine with me.
Okay. You need a motion for that?
That's what I was asking. Do we need a motion?
Let's just do
Okay.
it. Do I hear a motion to go ahead and allow Dave with the Road and Bridge to help open, if needed, the Bird City landfill, the purpose of disposing of a demolished building?
I'll make the motion for that.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. So,
We did sell the old Gale skid steer at the auction Wednesday. I was pleased with the price, $3,600. So, yeah, worked out well.
we've had pretty good luck up there, haven't we? For the most
The
part.
tractor was lower, but, yeah,
It's convenient.
yeah, it definitely is, yeah. I haven't, we agreed to offer a job application with one guy. I have not got contact with him yet. But anyway, I'm going to interview another guy that may be possible. I want him to fill out a different application and offer it to him if that's acceptable with you guys, so.
Yeah.
And then Marlon, retired a few months ago. I thought he may wind up coming back part-time, and he's busy enough, he's not sure he's going to. So that's another reason I want to look at another guy. So.
Okay.
Clint Bursch is going to be here 9:30 to discuss this asphalt. I don't know the full details on that. The other thing I got is a solid waste plan. We need to get to rolling on that. If the meeting gets over early or something, if the three of you or four of us, I know Scott's got to leave early or something, if we could discuss quite a little of that, that'd be great. And then I think we have to have a resolution by July 15th, if that's our next meeting, I think it is.
15th, yes.
Yeah. And then we also, it'll be a public meeting here as well that day. And publish a resolution and have our letter and everything all ready to go by then, so.
Okay.
But haven't got clear through it yet, so.
Copy of that letter.
I think that's all I got
All right.
till he comes in or something, so.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
While we're on July the 15th, I'd like to keep the meeting as short as possible, just for the fact I'm sure I'm going to be in the harvest field.
Okay.
And it shouldn't take too long to go through it, and I'm more than likely there won't be anybody. And I'm wondering if we could get a Bird City councilman to be on the committee too.
I'll go over and speak with them.
Okay? That's one other thing, I think that's the only thing that I lack on that part, so.
And that is for the what now?
July 15th meeting, it's the solid waste
waste.
committee, it's for a 5-year plan on it.
Okay, so see if I can get one of the council members to come in on it.
That works the best unless, somebody else would be better.
Okay.
See, I had all 6 of us here, of course Byron and Kelly and then Roger Jensen. That's kind of we pulled up some of the names from previously, so.
That was quite an agreement, too. I read through that.
Oh, you have, okay, great, okay.
Yeah, it came to me, too. Actually, I think I received it in the mail.
So in that mail, did it also say all you guys' responsibilities and everything like that? No, maybe you don't want that.
What was that date that it's going to be?
July 15th would be the next commissioner meeting. I don't see that we need to hold a special meeting. I know we did 10 years ago or something like that, but in the evening, but things are somewhat simple. At our meeting in Goodland, the interesting part was, they said, well, has your volume actually reduced? And they said, no, it hasn't. And then I got to wondering, with the rural pickups, like Hill and Howard's do, I think there's less and less burning. They're just simply throwing it in, so we're probably getting more, other than quite a few of them are still recycling more. But that's kind of in the tank. I don't know where we're going with that. That really concerns us as a board, what happens after. Cardboard's a moneymaker, but
Yeah, we just had a meeting over there yesterday, and it's really having a tough time. People are dropping out, and
looking pretty dismal on the recycling end. So that's the reason I think the state needs to step up their efforts a little bit.
Well, I talked to Lynette. Is that her name?
Lynette Kuhn.
She said that they thought a couple counties might be coming back. I don't know whether.
yeah, what's happening is now they're starting to figure that they may have made a mistake on dropping out
Because they started charging them more.
because
Yeah.
they're being charged extra, and it's costing them more than they actually thought. Some of them had to rent some of those balers and what have you, and it's not working out. I think some of the problem is their main guys that went in and talked to the commissioners didn't explain it to them very well.
Well, that was what they were saying about Thomas County. And we talked to the Thomas County commissioners, I don't know, last fall, and they were going to take another look at it, and I never heard anything else after that.
Come on in. So, guess have a seat if that works.
Good morning.
We're ready for you, so
Oh, you're ready for me? Okay.
jump right in the fire, huh?
Yeah. Well, I guess what I was coming to meet with you guys about would be getting millings on a county road from Highway 36 there on the east side of Bird City, about, I don't remember the exact feet, but it's about 3/4 of a mile, a little shy of that, to the south to a bin site that I'm putting in. And I was going to get you exact feet, but basically 1 inch thick. It would be, talking to Dave, it would be hauled from Spore's got a pile up here where they redid 161. What is that, 5 miles? I don't know.
6, I think.
6 miles. And I just didn't know if there was any thoughts on maybe some cost share from the county on top of the hauling and spreading, which I understand is a definite cost share on that too. And then maybe from that highway or the road 29 onto 4th Street, I've been in talk with city council there in Bird as far as, if they would like to do some cost share on that stretch to kind of get, there's a short distance of just dirt from the pavement to road 29, and I'd kind of connect so that the town would have 2, if you will, mud routes
In
out.
and out.
So yeah, and I just didn't know, I guess, did I miss anything?
Dave, do you have any input? It's something you can,
I think we ought to at least be doing the halt and the spreading and maybe cost share. I know we did some here in St. where we shared it with, and when I talked to Mark, it's the mayor, it didn't sound like they hardly had any funding, and it's questionable even on that 2 tents, going into town. But I think
Yeah. They have a meeting Monday.
Okay.
And it'll be brought up again and talked now that we have. They wanted exact numbers, and it was my fault. David gave me exact numbers for the most part, and I forgot to write them down. But now we have it, I think, really
I
close.
think pretty close.
And I've given them a copy of those, and so Monday night I'll know on whether they want to. My thought was if they want to kick some in, just go ahead and do that as part of the project. If not, it doesn't really change the fact that I want to get, this other part done. But
Well, that'll kind of help with the Thresher show through there
Yeah.
too.
Is that Road 29?
Yes, the Road 29.
So it's in the city limits of Bird City, so we need to work with them for sure. Yeah,
and they've given permission to the project. They like the idea. It's just whether they had the funds to commit
we
to it.
fully understand that.
So
Yeah, I went to the meeting the other night for there.
that's right. Well, I forgot about that. Yeah. So the total project for everything, I believe, would be that $6,500. I did have a resident that has some property along that area that wanted to kick in. He wanted to stay anonymous if possible. So yeah, there'd be a little help as far as the road portion. But it's mainly for my project that I want to do this to the bin site. So I'm
But there's
more than willing.
benefits outside of just your needs.
Yeah,
So,
so if I was hoping if I came up with like 3,000 of it, in between some help from you guys and maybe the city and this other person, maybe we can make this
so
project
we're looking
go.
at a possible total cost to us of $3,000 to $4,000.
Yeah, I think, if the county, kind of what I was thinking, if the county would kick in 2, and I get the city to kick in 1,000, and I kicked in 3, and then this other
You'd be
person
pretty close
did,
to.
I think we'd have her, pretty well funded.
Did you have a question?
That was my question, as to how this cost share was going to work, what was being proposed.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking anyway, so.
And that will help you anyway on the grading in there.
Definitely, yeah.
So there's advantages to you also.
Yes,
So.
yes. So I guess my question now, would Spore be billing us all of that, and then you reimburse us, or if that's a problem? Shouldn't be, I guess.
I don't see how it would be.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't mind however we want to do that.
Okay.
So.
I personally think it's a good idea to get into that because the Thresher Association, when they have that big show, there's a lot of traffic through there.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd help keep a lot of the dust down there.
Close this down.
And like I say, once it wears down, you still got some good stone there that shows up, and that'd be great for the life of the road, so.
Well, and we have a good base there, so I think it'll last longer than some of the other places where the base just wasn't there. And Dave and I talked about that a little bit, so, yeah. The real question just would remain is whether, if you guys are willing to do that, if the city, has the funds to do theirs. And I also thought if they weren't, I might talk to a couple more residents that would benefit and see if one way or the other week. It just makes sense to me to do the whole thing at once. It'd sure be nice with their equipment and there and stuff.
Yeah, if we're there, we want to do it just once. Just get in, do it, get out.
How long would it take you to talk to the others?
Well, I kind of stuck waiting for the city Monday. I could start conversations with a few people.
And when did you want to have this done by?
Well, for me, I'm not really needing much till we start hauling out of there. But just for the fact that pile will be there for a limited time, I think we ought to get on it. So, somebody can come in and buy it all tomorrow too. But
That's the reason I think sooner the better. I'd like to think, within a month it'd be done,
yeah.
so. Because I think the contractor told me that, the Schilling Construction said they're paying a monthly lease on that, so they're gonna want things rolling pretty quick too, so.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So Spore's gonna haul it?
We would haul it.
We would haul it.
Yeah,
That's-
they would
that's our
probably load
cost.
it because they got a scale on their loader, I'm guessing, so.
You think the Thresher Association would pay part of it?
I wouldn't be surprised if they would, so.
Wonder if we wouldn't ask them if they got a little money.
I could talk with Dennis and Klepper and see how much they've got and if they'd be interested in it, but
Well, I think we're behind this project. I mean, we just need to fine tune how the finances are going to shake out, but I'm not opposed to it at all.
Doing the job.
The project itself,
Yeah, I'm not either.
so.
Just
That seemed like-
basically half county road, half city road.
Yeah, well, it's in the city limits, but it's still county road.
It's kind of like North Street.
Yeah, kind of.
Is that correct?
Yes.
But Bird City's, they're,
Well, Bird City city limit is the section line.
Right.
And the section lines are your county roads.
right.
Well, actually, it goes
Actually
out
extends further.
quite
Bird
a ways
City's got
past the
big,
county road.
Yeah,
big
exactly.
footprint.
But
It's got a big, yeah.
And then we have to maintain it over there where we don't have that here, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm just,
Do we need a
the
motion?
more
to go
money
ahead and
we
move
can
forward?
save, the better off we are.
Yeah.
well, can we make a motion without knowing exactly how much cost each?
I don't think you can do that. I think we can approve the project.
Oh, okay.
What do you think, Leslie? Or
well, I
We
think
can
that,
approve up to so many dollars.
yeah, you could do that. I mean, you've got to have a specific in regards to a motion because, so that it is known what you're willing to spend on the project.
say, Clint, did you throw out like 2,000 for county responsibility?
That's kind of what I was throwing out there. 3 for myself that I'd commit to.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't we go ahead then and make a commitment up to $2,000, but go ahead and go forward with checking with the other landowners and the thresher and see if we can reduce our costs just a little bit if
And
possible.
if it doesn't work out, come back and see us and see what we can do.
Yeah,
Between the city and the thresher, you might be able to get the money.
yeah. Well,
So we need to agree to a limit of $2,000 plus we'll do the hauling and spreading.
I think that's correct.
Oh. So my understanding is we'll proceed, because that'll do the project to the bin site. I mean, that's enough, there's enough funds that's been
Right.
committed to.
Committed now.
And then, yeah, anything we can get on top of that, we'll take off of as far as that stretch, we'll take off of the county's responsibility. And then I'll talk to some of the residents, maybe for the other stretch for the city's responsibility. Is that?
Okay.
Sounds reasonable. Okay, do I hear a motion to go ahead and go forward with this project with the county's financial support of up to $2,000?
I'll make the motion for that.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed, same sign. So,
And this will come out of Road and Bridge.
Road and Bridge.
And I'm not sure if I'll be able to make the Bird City meeting Monday night, but if I can, I will.
Okay.
Kind of let them know. That's where we're at.
All right.
Go on.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good morning, Green. Good morning. Can I grab a cup of coffee before you get started? Do you need a break, Will?
No, I'm fine. I just get up and walk a little bit.
Shall we just take a short break?
Let's do it. Let's take a 5-minute break.
How early?
Hey,
Are you hanging in there, huh?